Hello, this is the brief introduction about HTML5 and the tags which are used in HTML5. This video will help you to create your own static website with HTML pages. If you are a beginner in web development, then don't worry. This video will help you to grasp all the things from beginner level to advanced level in the web development. So let's start. As we all know that HTML is a standard markup language that is used to creating web pages. A complete website is the collection of different web pages, and these web pages are creating with the help of HTML. So question arises, what is HTML and how these HTML pages are used to build a website? HTML refers to hypertext markup language. HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. HTML describes the structure of web pages using markup. HTML elements are building blocks of HTML pages. HTML elements are represented by tags. HTML tags label pieces of content such as heading, paragraph, table, and so on. Browser do not display the HTML tags but use them to render the content of page. Since the early days of web, there have been many versions of HTML. The first version of HTML were released in the year of 1991 called as HTML 1.0 or HTML. After that, the second version of HTML were released in the year of 1995. After then, HTML 3.2 were released in the year of 1997. Then the fourth version of HTML 4.01 were released in the year of 1991. In 2000, another version of HTML called as XHTML were released, and after that the currently version which we are using called HTML5 were released in 2014. HTML5 is the latest version of hypertext markup language, the code that describes web pages. It is actually three kinds of code: HTML which provide the structure, cascading style sheet CSS which take care of presentations like designing, coloring, etc. on the front end, and the JavaScript which makes things happen. With the help of JavaScript, we can perform the real life event. Example, on mouse clicking, we enlarge the image, etc. So let's talk about the resource to learn the web development. The best resource to learn web development is W3 School. The best site to learn the web development at from beginner level to advanced level is W3 School. So let's start how to make your first HTML page and how to become a good website developer. First of all, you should save your HTML page by the extension .html or .htm as mentioned here. There is no difference in between .html and HTML. It's up to you what you have used to save your file. What editor you used to creating your HTML file? The editor that I recommended to you is Sublime Text. It is a very easy and attractive editor which you used to create your HTML pages. And there are many editors like Adobe Dreamweaver, Notepad++, Simple Notepad, and a IDE called NetBeans. Now we should move further to the syntax of HTML. There is a mention doc type HTML. It means document type declaration, which enables standard mode of document written using the HTML syntax. This is the declaration of HTML. After that, you should start with the HTML tag called as element. Then you should use head tag. Inside head tag, you mention the title of your HTML page. As here I mentioned my HTML page. This is the title which I will show at the browser at the top of the where I open the page. Then you should close the head tag. In HTML, the tag which you open you must close. Then in body tag, all the code which you want to show on your page is mentioned inside the body tag. After completing your code inside the body tag, you should close the body tag, and after completing your code, you should close the HTML tag, which indicating that you have ended your HTML file. Now, how to run your .html file? First of all, save the file to your preferred location on your system with .html extension or .html extension. Then right click on the file and open with any browser to show the content of your web page. Now we should move further towards the HTML tags. The first HTML tag is HTML heading. HTML heading are defined with the H1 to H6 tags. H1 tags define the most important heading, and the size of HTML is the largest among H1 to H6, and the H6 define the least important heading. Now after heading tag, you should move toward the link tag. A tag called as anchor tag. This is used to perform the action, or you can say that when you should click on the link and you should move to the another page or the link which you mentioned in href. Href here is the element or tag, and href, this one, href is the attribute of the element anchor tag, and this is the property of attribute. Href refers to hyperreference, means you should refer the link here to which you move to further after click on that, and you must close the anchor tag. This is the text which is shown on the page on which when you click you move to that link called facebook.com, so you move to the login or sign up page of Facebook. After that, third tag is image tag. img here is a element, src is its attribute. In src you mention the link of that image. As example, img src wildlife.jpg is a image file name which is mentioned in the same directory or same folder where your HTML file is saved. Alt is another attribute of image tag, where alt refers to this text when there is an error in your image file or the image file is deleted from your folder, then this image tag will show you the text wildlife instead of your image, because your image was deleted from your folder. Another attribute of image tag is width and height. You can set the width and height according to your own. Now the another HTML elements which are commonly used. An HTML element usually consists of a start tag and end tag with the content inserted in between. This is the format tag name, content goes here, and the close the tag name. The HTML element is everything from the start tag to end tag. P tag is a paragraph tag. When you want to write a paragraph, then you can use the P tag and write your paragraph or the content in between the opening tag and closing tag. H1 is, as I previously discussed, that heading which has most importance, and whereas H6 is the least importance heading. Again, P is the paragraph tag. BR tag is a break line. This is used to break the line, or you can say that break tag is used to move you to the next line where you end your paragraph there. HTML element with no content are called as empty element. Empty element do not have end tag such as BR element, which indicates a break line. You can use BR tag as BR close, or you can also use as BR simple. No need to close the tag here, or you can directly use this with no opening, only closing, or you can use this with only opening BR tag. There is no difference. Now the BR tag is called as empty HTML element with no content. Now we should talk about the attributes. Attributes are the properties of the elements. As IMG is used to image is the element, SRC is the source image, ALT which we used as an attribute of IMG tag. Alt means the alt attribute specifies an alternative text to be used when an image cannot be displayed, or you can say that when image can be lost. Style is another attribute used to specify the styling of an element like color, font, size, etc. The another attribute is lang attribute. The language of the document can be declared in the HTML tag. The language is declared with the lang attribute. Now, declaring a language is important for accessibility application and search engines. So it is recommended to use the type HTML, which is the declaration of your HTML file. This is the small example of HTML code where there is HTML closing tag. Here you use a paragraph tag where you closed here, and title is the attribute of paragraph tag. Title, this is a paragraph, and I am a tool tip is a title of this paragraph. Now another attributes of the HTML also there. There is a alphabetical list of some attributes often used in HTML. Alt attribute, alternative text for an image when the image cannot be displayed. Disabled, specify and that input element should be disabled, means if you use, there is a tag called input tag which can be used to take input from the user on the web page. If you use disabled as an attribute of input tag, then it should disable the input element so user can unable to enter the input there. href hyperreference used for a link or web address. ID is a specify a unique ID for an element, which we talk later. SRC is source tag for an image, contain the link of that image file name. Style is specify an inline CSS style for an element. If we use style as an attribute, then this is called as inline CSS. If we use style as an element, this is called as internal CSS, and if we use .css file as an separately, then this is called as external CSS. CSS means cascading style sheet, which is used for designing and presentation of the web page, which we learn later. Now this is a tag reference of HTML. HTML, as I already told, define the root of an HTML document. Body tag defines the document body. Head a container for all the head elements. Like title, script, styles, meta information, more. If we use style as an element, then you should use inside the head tag. After that, there is a heading h1 to h6. HR tag defines a thematic change in the content horizontal row. PR tag is a break row of next line. If you want a line break, a new line without starting a new paragraph. Now you should move to the HTML display. You cannot be sure how HTML will be displayed. Large or small screens and beside window will create different result because you can't apply the CSS. With HTML, you cannot change the output by adding extra space or extra lines in your HTML code. The browser will remove any extra space and extra line when the page is displayed. So we should use some HTML display elements. The HTML pre element. The HTML pre element defines performative text. The text inside pre element allow both space and line. If you want to add an extra spaces and extra lines inside the page, then you must use pre element to allow both spaces and line breaks. Similarly, this is the opening pre tag and you must close this by closing pre tag. Now if you want to add some styling in the HTML page, then you must use the style as an attribute, which is called as inline CSS. If you want to change the background, then of the body, or you can say change the background of the complete web page, then inside the body you should write the whole content of your web page. So you must use attribute style of body element. Here body is an element, here body is an element, style is its attribute, and background color is its property. Again, background color has property or value called powder blue. Means after applying this to the body, the background of your web page will be powder blue. Then if you want to change the font color of your web page, then inside, if you want to change the particular font color, example, if you want to only change the heading 1 style color, then you should apply the style as an attribute of h1 element. The property of style to change the font color is color, only color. You set the color to blue, then all the h1 element present inside your web page color, the font color will be blue. Similarly, all the paragraph present inside your web page, their font color will be red. Now you should move to the font family. You set the font family to Verdana, which means of H1. Then all the H1 heading will be of the Verdana, and the font size will be 300%. Then the font size of H1 heading will be 300%. Text alignment. H1 style is equal to text align center. This property of style called text align is equals to center will align the H1 heading to the center of the web page. Fine. Now we should move forward toward HTML text formatting elements. B tag is used to bold the element. EM tag defines emphasized text. I for italic, small for smaller text, strong defines importance text like a bold. Okay. And then you should use sub as subscripted text, sub for superscripted text, ins for inserted text, del for deleted text, and mark used for marketed or highlight text. Till now we learned most of the elements used in HTML, but there are remaining more elements which are used in HTML. So let's talk about the HTML quotation and citation elements. There is a tag called ABBR, used for abbreviation or acronym. As you write a paragraph tag here, inside paragraph, if you use abbreviation tag and title is its attribute whose property is value is World Health Organization. Here WHO abbreviation is World Health Organization. Address. Now another quotation is address, which defines contact information for the author or the owner of the document, that is defines the contact information about the author which created the web page. Now you use BDO tag, defines the text direction. While using BDO tag, you should use its attribute called dir, direction, RTL, which means right to left. Or if you want to set to left to right, then you use LTR. After that, another is black code. This one is quite interesting. Define a section that is quoted from another source. Like we have used another source called www.worldlife.org/who/index.html. Then we must use black code with its attribute called cite. Cite is also an element which defines the title of a work. Q defines a short inline quotation. If you want to add comments in HTML, then this is the method to write your comment here. Fine. Now, if you want to set the color of HTML by different values or by different transparency, then you should move to some advanced level of HTML colors. As here is a mention heading H1 with style background color Dozer blue, and there is a text mention hello world H1. On web page there is a hello world which is of type H1 whose background color is Dozer blue. Means only the heading H1 has a background color Dozer blue. If you set the color tomato, then this is the color of the text hello world. There is a difference background color and color. Color is of the text written here and background color is the background color of this hello world. Now if you apply the style, another property of border 2 pixel solid. Solid means there is a proper lining of the border, solid line of 2 pixel around the background of the hello world. Now we should move towards the color values. In HTML, colors can also be specified using RGB, which means red, green, blue. Means all the colors are formed using the combination of RGB, red, green and blue values, HEX hexadecimal values, HSL values, RGBA values and HSLA values. About all these 5 terms we will talk later. RGB, here he mentioned red value is 255, green value is 99, blue value is 71. So there is a mixture of red, green and blue. This will form a color called tomato. And if we use in the form of hexadecimal values, then this is this. Double F is the code for pure red, which value is equal to 255. 34 is the code for blue and 7 is the code for blue, and 99 is the code for green. If we use to display in the form of HSL, then this will come in the form of percentage. If you want that the tomato color will be 50% transparent, then you should use RGBA values, where RGB refers to that red, green, blue and A is used for the transparency. Here is value of A is 0.5, that is 50% transparent. Similarly, HSLA, we should here mention the 50% transparency. So while if we want to give the color by a combination of red, green, blue, then we can use like that. Style background color RGB, these are the values of RGB, and if you want to transparency, then you must use RGBA. We use extra A used for transparency factor. In HTML, a color can be specified as an RGB value using the formula. Here, the minimum value of any R, G or B is 0 and maximum value is 255. That is, define the intensity of color between 0 and 25. 0 is the lowest and 255 is the highest value. Here, for example, here the value of red will be set to highest and other are set to be 0, so it displayed color as a red. If we want to display the color as a black, then we will set all the value to 0 like this. Display the color black, all color component must be set to 0 like RGB 0. If we want to display the color white, then we must set all the parameters to maximum as 255. This is red, blue, green. Here green is because the value of RGB means green value is highest, so highest value will be preferred. This is the green, not the pure green. This is the mixture of green or the shade of green. Okay. If you want to form the color like light purple, yellow, violet, then you must use different values of RGB. Shades of gray are often defined using equal values of. If you want to shade of gray, then you must divide the equal values of RGB in equal parts. Then HEX value is the hexadecimal value. In HTML, a color can be specified using a hexadecimal value in the form like this. this one. When RR red, GG and BB are hexadecimal values between 00 and FF. As you as you studied, the hexadecimal values are between 00 and FF, same as decimal. 00 refers to the 0 in decimal and FF refers to the 255 in decimal. So if, for example, if we use hash double F double zero double zero is displayed as red because only we set only the red value as a maximum. So red value set to its highest value and other are set to lowest value, so it displays as a red. Now we should move further to the HSL values. Here H means hue is a degree of the color wheel from 0 to 360 degree. Uh, in this we use H means hue as saturation and lightness. Hue is a degree on the color wheel from 0 to 360. 0 degree means red, 120 green and 240 is blue. Saturation is the percentage value. 0% means a shade of gray, 100% is full of color. And lightness is also percentage. 0% is black, 50% is neither light or dark, 100% is white. Saturation can be described as the intensity of a color. 100% is pure color, no shades of gray. 50% is 50% gray, but you can still see the color. 0% is completely gray, you can no longer see the color. So these are the values which you learn, or you can learn by practicing. So lightness of a color can be described as how much light you want to give the color. Where 0% means no light, 50% means 50% light, neither dark nor light, 100% means full lightness. Gray. Shades of gray are often defined by setting the hue saturation to 0 and adjust the lightness from 0% to 100% to get darker, lighter shades, as we talked previously here of this in the saturation and lightness of the gray color. Now, if we add an alpha parameter for opacity of a color, or we can say that the transparency of a color. Here a RGB refers to red, green, blue alpha channel. Here a alpha channel which specifies the opacity for a color. The alpha parameter is a number between 0.0 to 1.0. If we mention 0.0, then it is fully transparent. If there is a value of a is 1.0, then that's not transparent at all. Now if we add the a value to HSL pair, as HSL we talked previously, so if we add a, we should use the opacity for a color. Okay, fine. Now again, there are different type of links in HTML. Local link. A local link means link to the same website. Means if you adding a link, or you can adding a value inside the href, then that files or that link should present in the same directory or same folder. You can directly mention the link without the URL, like without http colon // www dot. Example, ahref HTML. If we create a page, my first page HTML, dot HTML, and if we use the anchor tag inside that page, and inside anchor tag we use this HTML images.asp, then that HTML image.asp file should present in the same folder. So this is called as local link to the same website. Now there is a default color of HTML link. By default, a link will appear like this in all browser. Example, an unvisited link is a underlined and blue. Means the link which you not visited and you don't click till now is underlined and blue. A visited link is underlined and purple, and active link is underlined and red. So these are the color of the links. You can change the default color by using the style tag. This is a internal CSS, as you are using style as an element. So style as an element, a is an attribute and link is its property, as mentioned here. So you can change the link color by blue to green. So mention here color green. Here you don't mention the double quotes like this, because this is not the inline CSS, this is its value, not a property. So no need to add a double quotes here. Background color of link you want to transparent, and text decoration. If you don't want the underline within the link, then you set the text decoration none. As visited link is underlined in purple and you also want to remove the line under the link, then you set the text decoration to none, and also change the color to pink and background color to transparent. Hover is the property which you can use over anchor tag. Hover is also the attribute of anchor tag. Hover means, as example, there is a link and I hover the mouse over this, means I hover the mouse over that particular link. When I hover the mouse over link, suppose my mouse is here and the default color of link is blue. When I hover the mouse over this link, then the color of this link will change. This is called as hover effect. So we change the color red, background color transparent, and text decoration underline, means here we set text decoration none. When we hover over the link, then the color will change to red and a line come under this link as we set the text decoration underline. Similarly, a.active shows color yellow underline act. When the link is active, then these effects were shown there. Now HTML link there as a default target called as self. Target attribute is where to open the linked document, means the link you mentioned inside your HTML page. So you are deciding where to open the link document. Either open the link document in a new window or new tab, then you use a attribute called blank, which is, and if you open the link document in the same window, it was using your attribute self. This is by default. If we not set any target, then this is by default. Self is by default. When you click over the link, then the same window will open, or link document will open in the same window. If you open the link document in the parent frame, then you use the attribute called parent. If you want to open the link document in the full body of the window, you use the top. And if you want to open the link document in a named frame of your named frame, then you use a frame name attribute. Now let's move further in the link part. If you want to use image as a link, then outside the image tag, or you can say that between anchor tag, you should entering or mention an image tag with its all attributes and properties. Here src is the source of image where you mention the file name. Alt is used for alternative text when image were not shown or not displayed. This is the alt tag. Style is the attribute which gives the styling to the image. Here you set the width 42 px means pixel. You have to set the width in pixel, height 42 pixels, same border you set border to 0, means 0, there is no border of the image. When you click on the image, as there is outside the image tag there mentioned the anchor tag. So you after clicking on the image, you should move to the page called default.asp. If there exists a page, then you should move to the page, and if not, then there will be error. Now after that, you should, if you want to create a HTML link as a bookmark, then you should use ID attribute. HTML bookmarks are used to allow readers to jump to a specific part of web page. Bookmarks can be useful if your web page is very long. To make a bookmark, you must first create the bookmark and then add to it link. When the link is clicked, the page will scroll to the location with the bookmark. For example, first create a bookmark with the help of ID attribute. ID is attribute which uniquely identifies the heading H2. Is a mention. Then add a link to the bookmark within the same page. Here you mention the same ID name which you want to create a bookmark. So in anchor tag in hyperreference, you should mention the ID name, and ID is shown by the hash symbol. So on clicking the jump to chapter 4, you should move to here or add a link bookmark jump to chapter 4 from another page. You can also mention from another page. As you move to the HTML demo.html, this is the HTML page. You mention after clicking jump to chapter 4, you should also add a bookmark here. If you want to add a background image, so in body, background image inside the page, so you should use style as an attribute of body element and use background image property, and URL is the in URL tag, in URL attribute you should mention the file name. You should also specify the background image property on the P element, like style is equal to background image dot URL cloud.jpg. So this is the method to use background as an image. You can say here. Let's move further. There is a picture element present in the HTML5. HTML5 is introduced a new feature, the picture element, to add more flexibility when specifying image resources. The picture element contains a number of sources elements, each referring to different image sources. The way the browser can choose the image the best fit the current view or device means the browser can choose the image the best fit according to your device fit. The source element have attribute describe when their image is most suitable. The browser will use the first source element with matching attribute values and ignore any following source element. The way of using the picture element like this. Opening the picture tag in source media. Source is an element, another used for picture element. Media is an attribute. These are the properties. Minimum width should be this. Source set. This is the file name which you want to set as a media or as a picture. Another will be same. And this is the image source. Image file name alternative text style here. Width here you mentioned width as an auto. Then this will adjust width according to your current view or the device view. So now let's move to the summary points of the HTML which we discussed till now. Use the HTML img element to define the image. Img element is used to define the image. Img is an image tag having an attribute src which is source where you mention the file name, and another attribute of img is alt which is used for alternative text to display the text mentioned there if image will not displayed. Then use the HTML src attribute to define the URL of the image, which I tell you right now. Use the HTML alt attribute to define alternative text for an image if image cannot be displayed. Okay. Use the HTML width and height attribute to define the size of the image. Okay. Width and height of the are the attributes of img we use to set the width and height of the image in pixels according to your device fit or current view. Use CSS width and height property to define the size of the image alternatively. Use CSS float property to learn the image float. Use CSS float property to let the image float. Float is the another property where you can set in image tag like this. img src equals to, let's suppose, abc dot jpg. You use alt is equals to no image, and you set in style as an attribute. You set float with property left. style like this. You have to copy, Control C, and you mentioned here style is the one of the attribute of the image for used for styling style with properties, and you also set the float value to left. Okay, and then close the image tag. CSS float property to let the image float left set means the image will be set to left of the screen. Okay, use HTML map element to define the image map. This where I missed. So about map tag I will discuss in my next video, so remove from there. Use the HTML area element to define the clickable area in image map. This is also the part of the image. So this I will discuss in my next videos. Here is last one, picture element to show the different images to the different devices. So that's all about the HTML5. The remaining part of the HTML like table tag and marquee tag etc., or the map tag which I left today, I will tell about these remaining HTML part in my next video. So that's all about the HTML5 for this video. I hope you all enjoy this course and you learn a lot. This video will help you to create your own static website using HTML. So this is all about the HTML. Thank you. If you like my video, then kindly press the like button, and thanks for watching my video. Subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thanks a lot.